think everyone's falling back by now. See how many survived. At last the power supplies have been destroyed. Their defenses are down. Now, before they can recover, charge their main control room and don't stop fighting until all of them are dead. No prisoners. Very well, Alwyn. This is going to be a hell of a fight. Thus the fight begins. Akari Blaze is in there. They did say they had heard something about him, but they didn't know. At last you have reached the control chamber for the shaping labs. It is here that the final act of shaping to create the unbound can be performed, and here that they can be unleashed. Or perhaps it is from here that they can best be destroyed. There is a large and complicated control panel in the south end of the room. Anyone who could spend some uninterrupted time with it would be able to shift the entire course of the war. War Master Caracas. Looks like Thornflinger is dead. Go, Alwyn. Let's see. Drakon Defenders, and Akari Blaze, and War Master Caracas. Let's see if we can take out Caracas first. The two generals, Alwyn and Greta, stop for a moment. They turn and face each other. Alwyn lifts his visor. They have strange looks on their faces, a combination of sadness and fear, and resolve. You know that once, long ago, these two traveled together at the beginning of the rebellion with a third Shaper. They all went their separate ways. Alwyn stayed loyal to the Shapers. Greta joined the rebellion, and the third one mysteriously disappeared. And now Alwyn and Greta's paths have crossed again. While they were never friends, they once looked after each other's lives, and now it appears at least one of them must die. Each gives the other a solemn salute, and then they rejoin the battle. Unfortunate, but what's done is done. And what must be done, must be done. We may have lost one of our allies, but we will do what we can. Ow. Come on, take out Ward Master Caracas. He's almost dead, good. Alright, leave him to us. Ow. Caracas is dead. That Drakon Defender is taking heavy damage. Delightfully. Alwyn is taking a lot of pain. Come on, let's see if we can help out with this defender. Ah. Alwyn. Oh, crap. This is rough. This is very rough. Well, one of the Drakon Defenders is running, at least. Leave him to run! Wow, that took a lot of damage. That Drakon Defender is almost dead. And Alwyn and Greta are fighting. Burning Kaishak. There he goes. Miranda, we could use some help over here, please! Why did none of them kill the Kaishak? Right. Restoration spores. That'll help a lot. Greta. Alwyn, I will assist you with Greta as much as I can. Although this may not end well. Mass energize! It's all I can do at the moment. Ow. Ow! Oh shit, I'm almost dead. I think I may die here. Ah, crap. Well, I died. Great. So, it turns out we managed to secure the first and second. That just leaves the third in the middle. Although we lost Faye again. So, I'm going to remake Faye. Once more. There we are. Now, let's work on getting the third. I am ready. Okay, everyone fall back to the middle. Got the second one. Power supply is down. You're doing well. Only one to go. We head to the east. The golems shall assist. That actually also would have deactivated everything. Now all we need to do is kill these guards. Really? You go for Faye? God damn it. Okay, that's all deactivated. Now we just need to finish off these guards. Come on, we can get this. Huh. You stay back. Cast to that, and just to see. Wow, that works! Really? You decided to run? Ugh. Ow. Oh, that Dracon's gonna die. Well done. Now let's get out of here. We'll leave the golem to fight that thing. At last the power supplies have been destroyed. Their defenses are down. Now before they can recover, we go and assault them. I didn't get the defensive spell. Well, now I can cast it. And, just for protection, Spine Shield as well. Let everyone else charge in first. I want everyone to catch up. Alright. Now for the actual battle. And Greta is already taking damage. Great. Wing bolt. Hate wing bolts. No, I didn't want you to run over there! God damn it. Come on, come on. Yes, thank you, kill that thing. I'll do what I can with this Drake. Or Drakon, I mean. No, we should go help him. We need to help with more Master Karakis. We need to get Alwyn to assist us. Oh boy! Jeez, did Karakis die already? Doesn't make much sense. Where'd he go? Aha! Yeah, so you can work on Greta. I'll work on these Drakons. Ah, no wonder he's way over there. Ah, they! We've lost her again. The spell really already wore off. Ah. Drakon dead. I am in trouble, however. Ah! Ah, the speed wore off. Damn it. Ah! More speed and... Actually, no. How about... Mass Energize? Come on, let's finish War Master Karakis so we can get... There we go. Now we'll have help. Now we can focus on Akari Blaze. Greta really did run off, though. You know what? There. You, go see if you can find what happened to Greta. Did Greta die? Can't be. Well, Akari Blaze is taking heavy damage. I think Greta died. No, Greta's still alive. But I don't know where she went. Greta crumples to the ground. One of the heroes of the rebellion who trained as a shaper, rejected her old beliefs, and fought tirelessly for what she thought was right, is gone. It is a true and lasting blow to the rebellion. She had the skill and tactics of a shaper without the arrogance of a Drakon. She was fearless and competent, and she is gone. Whatever else happens today, this is a true victory for the Shapers. Well, I guess Alwyn and Greta didn't have their final fight in this one. This is almost over, though. Akari Blaze is just about dead. Come on. Akari Blaze's body smashes into the ground. The stone cracks with the force of the blow. The essence stored within his form emerges in the form of fierce flames, filling the room with light and heat. Then the pyrotechnics end and there is only a corpse, huge and charred, the remains of one of the architects of the rebellion. The Dracon's Unbound project has just grown even more costly. General Alwyn runs up to you. At last, our way is clear. Now hurry, you are the only one who can use the rebels' trapped controls. Use the main panel, flood the vats with power, but don't open them. Bake the worms alive. I shall do so, shortly. I'm just going to take a few items and take a quick glance here. That's all. Huh. Going to leave that. You know what? I'm going to go do just that. Primary control. Yeah. I just want to see if I can see where Greta's corpse was. That's probably it. Didn't even drop anything. Alright then. Doing anything with the controls will require time and concentration, which are in short supply with so many rebels still running around. You'll have to do something to them or they will prevent you from completing your work. Oh, god damn it! You mean those ones that are still up there we need to pull back here? You've got to be kidding me. Alright, let's see if I can do just that. That's annoying. Yes, I'm trying to draw them back to me. Back to the group. Come on! Enrique, you can escape. Prepare for combat. Here they come. Fall back. That'll help. And actually, there, that'll also help. Right, now we just need to kill this group that was left behind. Thought we could do this easily, but Come on. And a miss. Come on. Wait, is that really it? Just the two? That can't be all of them. Nope. Still more up there. Okay, fine. See if I can pull the rest down here. This is annoying. Right. Come get me. There's a rot groth. This is annoying and it's taking long. This is annoying and it's taking a long time to do, but what the hell? It's working. I think that's actually all. Okay, let's take a look at the west. See what's in here. I think I saw a rejuvenation chamber. Oh, it's not even done. Okay. Oh, wait, I see essence. Yes, please. Okay, that's 3. There should be 2 more. You go back to the chamber here. You get ready to draw the remaining 2 out. There we are. Now! Come on in. Come on, pull it in. There you are! Hello, Drakon! We got friends! This episode is gonna be very long, I can tell. One target left. Just one. Oh! Ah, there it is! Came from the other direction, sneaky bastard. Alright. That should be the last of them. Now, at last you are at the control panel directing the final shaping of the Unbound. The process is happening. Essence and energy are flowing to the tanks. Despite all of the damage the Shaper attack did, most of the tanks are intact. You can imagine what is happening inside. The essence is infusing the skin of the creatures, turning it into nearly impenetrable armor. The magic is charging the beasts, giving them the power that will devastate the Shaper lands. The fate of Terestia and the future of the rebellion are, quite literally, at your fingertips. If you continued the flow of power, shut it off, and opened the tanks, the Unbound would emerge at full power. On the other hand, if you increase the power dramatically and then sealed the tanks, it would destroy them. They wouldn't ever survive to emerge. At last, after this long journey, all of the effort and sacrifice by so many people, you have found yourself in the position to decide. As I said, you have the option to destroy the nuclear weapons before they are unleashed. To destroy the chemical warfare before it has a chance to ravage the land. I shall destroy the Unbound. You flip the switch that sends the final flow of power to the Unbound. This new energy joins the current flow, completing the shaping. In seconds they will be ready. But then you flip every other power switch. You send all the power you can, while switching off every safety lock you can. General Alwyn nods. Yes, the gamble has paid off. That is good. It's almost time. Almost. Now! With the turn of a knob, the doors of all of the tanks are sealed shut. To the north you hear a horrible din. The agonized squeals of the Unbound burning up, the deafening clangs as they strike the tanks from within. It is hideous, but then it is over, and the new stage of the war begins. The shaping vents hang open. Nothing emerges. The air begins to fill with spells of essence and rot. All of the Unbound are dead. It will take the Drakons a long time to remake them. Too long. In the distance you can hear the roars of Drakons entering the complex. Then you hear their cries of anguish as they realize what happened. General Alwyn grabs your arm. No time to savor our victory, we need to leave. Now! He draws his sword, ingests a few pods, and makes a new set of creations. Agent Miranda does the same. She almost seems to be having fun. As the Drakons file into the hall from the far end, General Alwyn and Agent Miranda move stealthily out of the control room. They inspect the vats as they walk by, occasionally pausing to stick a sword into an Unbound that doesn't seem adequately dead. Then once you get close enough to the stunned Drakons, you release your creations, let them charge, and run for the exit, throwing bolts of energy wildly as you go. What few resources remain to you, you use to sow confusion and force your way through. There are a lot of Drakons between you and the exit. It would never have worked if they were not overcome with grief and horror by the loss of the Unbound, but you take full advantage of this escape. Soon you flee into the snowy wastes. Once you are gone, the Drakons inspect your handiwork. They look at the dead Unbound, the shattered machinery, the dead crafters. To be a Drakon is to be arrogant on good days and merely supremely confident on bad days. But faced with this defeat, even these creatures have to face reality. Their great work is gone. They have failed. A cold, dark future awaits them. You move west as quickly as you can. Word of the destruction of the Unbound moves faster than you. Everywhere you go, there is panic. You see some isolated fighting, as resentment and rivalries between different creation sects break to the surface. Agent Miranda watches all of this from a distance and shakes her head. It is as we always knew. Rebels, rogues, animals. All the same, lost without our help. If our army isn't able to take advantage of this chaos, I will be very surprised. And as you pass the ruins of Kesaus and all the rebel strongholds of Burwood Province, you see that this guess was correct. Eventually, you are able to make contact with Shaper forces. Once they see who you travel with, they welcome you. You are whisked off to a massive Shaper fort just beyond the western morass. Safe at last. Agent Miranda comes to say a fond goodbye to you. The Shapers are all summoned to the war to deal the final blow to the enemy. But you, a former rebel, warped by illegal shaping, must remain for study. And so the fighting continues. And you wait. The Shapers had known that the Unbound were being created. They had steadily moved forces to the western morass, and when the Unbound were destroyed, they were ready to act. The Shaper forces surged over the border, flowing west. Route after route followed. Durant and Freehold fought, but the only result was Latalia giving up her life to Shaper justice. Even before you escaped the Grey Ghost Mountains, the Shapers had reached the gates of Kesa-Us. The Drakons were prepared to die to defend their home. Galdring himself led their defenses. But everyone knew how this would end. The battle to take Kesa-Us lasted longer than anyone expected. The Shapers underestimated their foes, especially Galdring. The siege stretched for months, but in the end, after many losses, the Shapers prevailed. In the end, even mighty Galdring was slain, surrounded by the corpses of dozens of Shapers. With the loss of Durant and Freehold in Kesa-Us, the heart went out of the rebellion. Soon it was crushed. Many fled over the water to the Ashen Isles to the north. The rest were killed in one doomed effort after another. In the end, only the Ashen Isles remained out of Shaper control. The next question for the Shapers was what to do about the Ashen Isles. It was far from the mainland, over choppy seas, and many of the most powerful creations had fled there. The idea of a land ruled by rogues was appalling to the Shapers, but everyone was tired of war, and an amphibious assault against such a powerful and entrenched foe was something to dread. So a temporary peace was declared. For all of their effort and loss, what the rebels won were a handful of islands out in the sea. They signed the treaty and tried to live their lives as the Shapers tried to forget that the Ashen Isles existed. But nobody truly believed that the war was over. The Shapers were proud, and any land out of their control, any shaping taking place that they could not see, was intolerable. The rebels never slept easy. They knew that one day the Shapers would come. You spend a lot of time as a guest of the Shapers. This means, basically, that you are locked in a room and never let out. Shapers constantly come and analyze you. They are thrilled to be able to study someone who actually used the Geneforge. Samples of your blood, hair, fingernails, and other removable parts are taken. Burly guardians force your compliance. The number of canisters you used makes your life more difficult. They regard you as a dangerous freak, and you are unable to see them as anything but insects to be crushed. The parts of you that aren't full of rage at your treatment worry about your future. So you wait, occasionally shouting at the guards that Miranda and Alwyn promise better treatment for you than this. You start to picture a miserable exile in some dusty wasteland. A long, slow, boring, sandy death. In the end, the Shapers make good on their promise to you. You are spared, and in return for preventing the Drakons from unleashing the Unbound, you are rewarded with your life. Since you have been so heavily warped by the canisters, however, you are sent into exile. You simply aren't considered to be tolerable in civilized areas. As a result, you are sent into exile in the Forsaken Lands. You are sent out into the wastes, to live an unhappy existence in the winds and the sand. You live at a camp for rebels like yourself, who aided the Shapers and were spared. It isn't a terrible life. The Shapers give you good food, and merchants and other visitors occasionally stop by with news of the world. Considering what happened to most of the other rebels, it is fairly rewarding. After all, you lived. Also, in the end, you did make a difference, and you prevented the Drakons from unleashing the Unbound and destroying much of Terestia. As you pass the years in this desolate place, you have to take what consolidation you can. And thus, the Great Eastern Rebellion came to an end. While the Shapers have reacted to such events in the past by commanding that they be forgotten, this uprising was to be remembered. The history books describe this struggle in detail, its origins, its horrors, its conclusions. They were all recalled and studied by generations of Shapers to come. It was remembered for centuries as the result of complacency and a lack of resolve. The Shapers took from the rebellion this lesson, that they needed to be even stricter with their creations and even more careful not to share their secrets. And thus, with this lesson in hand, the Shapers ruled with a firmer hand and were ever more careful to stamp out any signs of excess creativity and shaping. And thus there was peace. Until the next rebellion. Thus ends Geneforge 4, and the story of Enrique. But though it seems like the Shapers ended the rebellion here, this is not the canon ending. Canonically, the ending was quite different. Canonically, there is a lot more devastation, a lot more destruction. Canonically, there is still a Geneforge 5, One more game in the series. One more period of time where a single soul can change the face of the world. And it is my favorite, as you will soon see. Next time, we will begin Geneforge 5, the finale of the entire Geneforge saga. And you will see the final result of what the Geneforge and Sucia Island spawned. Until then, I am Chesrook44, and I will see you all next time.